Nasty looking switch here. Oh yeah. Oh, hey there. I'm Scott and this is Hoogie's Hobby Shop. Just shining up a few coins over here. Today I want to talk about small date versus large date Lincon cents. Every new collector that has ever picked up the Lincon cent collection since 1970 and 1982 has at some point or another asked the question, is it a small date, is it a large date? In the albums there's different circles in which to place the coins, and you have to know which is which. You see it all the time online, places like CoinOp and other places. People ask it regularly. I think I've got a better way to try to clear up the confusion. So check this out. So the whole reason that we have large and small dates in the 1982 pennies is it has to do with the advent of the zinc planchets. Apparently the zinc planchets were tougher to strike and had to be done a lot slower. And so the penny itself was redesigned, and along came the small date. So the easiest way to tell the two apart is to look at the two. The two, if we look right here, we can see, well, first of all, here we have 2198, and 2198, we probably won't have any more of the zinc planchet coins. They will all probably be rotten. But in 82, the year we're talking about, the 2 is the focus. The 2 is blunt on the end, it is straight on this part right here, and it's the entire number is moved a little further toward the rim of the coin over here. So they changed, to help striking issues, to the small date. The main difference on the small date is the 2. It had a more round end, thinner all around, and this nice serpentine shape, which is just a little more difficult to reproduce, honestly, on this thing. So small date looks like this, large date looks like this. Small date was also, the whole thing was moved inboard a little bit closer to Mr. Lincoln's bust and further away from the rim of the coin. And the whole reason we worry about the small date and large date, well, for one thing, is there's different places in the albums for small and large date. But it just so happens that if you have a small date Lincon cent with a D on it like this, and that coin is on a copper planchet, then it could be worth a great deal of money. The best way to know if it's a copper planchet is to weigh the coin. It should weigh in, if it's copper, it should weigh in at 3.1 grams. If it weighs in less than that, then it's worth about 1 cent. But 3.1 gram Lincon cent with the small date and the D, then you're talking some real money. And one was found not long ago in the great state of Minnesota. The other date that causes a lot of confusion between small date and large date is the 1970s Lincon cent. And we can clear that up just by taking a look at the 9s. Let's take a look down here at our 6-inch replicas of the date. We can see the 9 is kind of thick, has a blunt end here, and that blunt end kind of points down in this area toward the bottom part of the 7, or even below the 7 maybe. Speaking of the 7, we'll also notice that the 7 on a large date, 1970s, our S is missing at the moment. But the 7 will be down low like this. It won't be in line with the other three numbers. And they do that to make it look more like the 9. Now, on the small date, the 7 is up in line with the others, and it has a special 9. This 9 is not blown on the end. It has this cute little curl, little serif going this way, and it points up towards the upper part of the 7. The 7 is also not down here like on the large date, but it's up in line with all the other numbers. And so we can always tell, as long as our quality of the numbers is good enough, we can tell the small date from the large date just by looking at the 9 and the position of the 7. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone learned something out in the shop today. If you want to see someone who knows what he's talking about, go over to Ken Peavy's channel at KPV2 on YouTube. Hit like and subscribe. Don't be afraid to throw that third switch and eat those cranberries. They're good for urinary tract health.